Congratulations on this brand new single. We've been playing it on our show and it's been getting some absolutely fantastic feedback from people that are falling in love with it. So congratulations.
Oh, that's so cool. Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about This Is Personal. It is a very, very personal track, of course, but what sparked you to write this track?
Honestly, I was trying out producing, um, and I was just on my laptop, and I just wrote this track, and I'm like, oh, I think I need some lyrics, and it actually came from a text from my ex. When we were breaking up, he sent a few texts, and I'm like, oh, I've got to write a song about that. That'd be funny as. So I wrote the bridge from those texts. There's a lyric saying, I dragged you through the dirt and enjoyed it. I took all of your trust and destroyed it. Those were all texts from him. And so I took those and I wrote that, and the rest of it kind of just came out.
Did you find it kind of cathartic to let it go in a track like that? Because I know for myself, I quite often find that when I'm really angry about something, if I'm really upset about it, I write about it and it seems to let it go and put it out there into the ether.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not one to write really angry music. I've always written kind of sad-ish. So yeah, writing that it just got out that side of me. And that side of me that I tried to repress, and suddenly I'm like, you know what? Let her out. Let the anger just go. And yeah, when it was finished, it was so relieving. I loved it.
You said that you were producing as well. Tell us a little bit about that side of your music career. Has that been something that you've always wanted to do, to get involved with the producing as well?
Honestly, I never thought about it until I worked with my producer and I watched him work, and I just thought oh, that could be fun. So yeah, I just got my laptop and I got GarageBand and just went crazy with it. And I've done a lot of demos since then. I try to make my own demos and do as much as I can with that, but I'm nowhere near release quality yet.
Do you find it easier once if you've done the music to then write the lyrics, or do you sometimes write the lyrics and then try and find the right music for it?
That is the only song I've ever written the music for first.
Wow.
I always do lyrics first. This one was purely a goof. I was just experimenting, and the lyrics just worked with the sound, and I didn't expect it to go anywhere.
Now, a lot of our listeners, they fell in love with Watch Me Break Your Heart, and now they're loving This Is Personal, and they've been asking, when can we expect something bigger from you, an EP or an album? And I just found out that you're actually working on your debut album at the moment. Tell us a little bit about that and how that's coming along as well.
So, I've written all the music for the album. It's all written. I'm working on recording it, but because my producer lives about 5 hours away from me, it's organising a lot of, Sydney trips. But yeah, I've written it all. I've got the track list. I just need to record it, and it's sounding really cool. My producer's a magician. But yeah, it's just about. It focuses a lot on similar themes of Watch Me Break Your Heart and This Is Personal. It follows a storyline. It's very sonically cohesive and just follows from the start of a relationship to the deterioration and the aftermath and the sadness and anger that comes from betrayal and the breakup. And it's very much love focused.
With your producer being 5 hours away, has it been difficult to catch up with them because of COVID as well?
Oh, yes. We've had a lot of FaceTimes and Skypes, and we just we like to just do things in big batches. So we'll start the songs over FaceTime, then I'll go up and record several songs in a day or two, and we'll just do big blocks in the studio, and we're constantly texting, and I'm sending him demos, and he's sending back tracks that he's done. It's not as hard as I thought it'd be. We worked through it.
Yeah, and what are the plans once the album's out there? Will you be looking to get out there and do shows? Because it looks like everything is opening back up for good now as well, which is great for shows.
Yes, I'm definitely going to do a tour. I'm going to do probably a big album launch in Canberra, I'm looking at, and maybe one in Sydney. Yeah, I definitely want to tour around because I've missed live shows so much. And I might do a single launch for my next song.
Yeah. How difficult has it been for the last 18 months? Because, of course, shows have been pretty much impossible to do, but a lot of artists have used that time to sit down and write music. Is that basically what you've been focusing on while you haven't been able to do shows?
Yes, I've just been writing and trying out all these different new styles and talking to different musicians and just trying to really find what my sound is. And I've used it as a lot of self-discovery. I think it's been really rewarding. I really miss live music, but I think a lot of people really needed this break to realize exactly what they're doing.
And is there a way that our listeners can support you at the moment? We've had a lot of our listeners been asking how they can support artists, if they can buy merchandise, spread the word about new music and things like that. How can our listeners support you at the moment while everything is still opening back up again?
Honestly, every stream counts, like adding my music to their playlists. I do have merch. It's on my website. So on my Instagram, I have a link tree in my bio and my merch is in there. But just anything helps, even sharing my music in their stories, in their posts, everything helps.
And we'll put a link to that merch as well. And I guess the big question is, do you know when your album might be dropping? Is there a rough kind of timeline of when you're expecting it to drop so our listeners can kind of put it in their diary and say that's when it'll be?
It'll be mid next year.
Awesome. So I think what we'll do on our show now is we might actually play a Matilda Rose double block. We'll play This Is Personal and Watch Me Break Your Heart. Is there anything you'd like to say to our listeners out there before they take a listen to these two amazing tracks back to back?
I hope it resonates with them, and I hope they can put their stories. I hope I put their stories into words. I just hope they love it.
Awesome. Well,